Brown Boy Wonder podcast.
Welcome to the second annual of the spooky edition of the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. Since it's the spooky season, my guests and I are going to watch the Conjuring Universe in this month of October.
I'm screaming this time so you don't have to edit it in. I'm saving
Thank
you work.
Actually, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you. You don't want to hear the Wilhelm scream?
I don't. I still haven't listened back. I don't know if it is the Wilhelm scream.
It is, and I added a little something in there, but
a spooky little twist.
It rhymes with Homer. No, it's Homer Simpson. It's him screaming.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. But yes, my guest. My guest needs no introduction here, as I always say. It's Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Undefeated in fantasy football. I just need to throw that in.
Hey, that's fine. That statement will be in the recording forever. Think about it. Forever.
It's in the recording as of this episode coming out. No one has beaten me fantasy football 2024 because I am unlimited.
Unlimited. You're doing them high knees. I see.
on the airplane.
Oh, you're in the airplane. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Doing the high knees up and down. People try to sleep, and I'm doing high knees on the airplane.
Oh my god, that's crazy. But yeah, we are gonna watch. Oh, before I say that, I have two questions for you this time. Two.
Oh no, two questions. I'm scared. All right, go ahead.
You should know the first question. It's do you want to play hide and clap with me?
I thought we changed that. What did we say last time? Biscuits.
Oh yeah, do you want to have a little biscuit and I don't know. I don't know what we said last time. But do you want to have some biscuits? I guess.
All right, yeah. You know what? Here, I got a biscuit right here. Let me hang on. Let's see if this comes through. Can you hear that?
I hear it.
I don't believe you. I don't think you can.
No. I'll put some posts.
Yeah, put it. All right, you don't have to edit in the Wilhelm screen this time, but you do have to put in a crunching sound when I eat a biscuit.
Okay, eat it now.
All right, I already ate it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, okay, I guess you want to eat some biscuits with me. But my other question is,
yes,
you got some Annabelles?
What? I don't know how to answer that.
Do you have any Annabelles with you?
Do I have any Annabelles?
Yeah.
I don't have any Annabelles.
Okay.
Do you have an Annabelle?
Oh, we do. Oh, I do. Because we're going to be talking about, in this episode, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle 2, which was released in 2017, which was not that far out right now. It's 2024, 2017. It's pretty recent. It's directed by David F. Sandberg.
Yes.
Not Adam Sandberg, but David F. Sandberg.
Who's Adam Sandberg?
Oh,
you're combining two people there.
Who?
Andy Sandberg and Adam Sandler.
Oh, I apologize.
And they were in a movie together called That's my
son.
That's my son. That's my son.
That's my son. Of course, it was written by Gary Duberman, of course. But yeah.
David F. Sandberg, who is also known for his directorial debut, was 2016 Lights Out, based off of the internet short film. He did Annabelle Creation, which we're talking about today, and then he did both Shazam movies.
That makes sense.
That's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
First Shazam is a hit. The second one is a. And I learned upon because watching Annabelle Creation, I was like, what's he up to? What's he doing next? And I learned looking that up that he's directing an Until Dawn movie. You know Until Dawn, the game?
Oh, with
the horror PlayStation game.
Yeah, with the real actors and the game.
Hayden Panettiere and other people.
Yeah.
Peter Stormare. And so, apparently, I don't know how this happened or how I didn't know about it, but there's an Until Dawn movie. I guess it's wrapped filming, and it's coming out next year. And it doesn't have anyone I recognize in the cast, or not by name anyways. except for Peter Stormare, who's playing the same character.
Oh. Oh, what's the point of this movie? The game is the movie.
The game is a movie, and they just put out a remaster like this month. So like, if you care, it's not even like, oh, it's a game that came out years ago and they just made it into a movie. It's like you got a refresher. It just came out.
Well, when that game came out?
The original game was 2015. And then they just put out a remaster this year, which looks worse because that's just what we do now is we take all like the style out of remasters now. But maybe it won't be the same story? Maybe it won't be maybe it'll be something different just with Peter Stormare yelling at people. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, if it's a different story, then I'm fine with that. But if it's the same story, same thing, no. No for me.
Yeah, who knows? Great game, by the way.
I never finished it because I was too scared.
Oh, come on, you gotta finish it. It's Halloween. It's spooky time.
I know, but I never finished Outlast, and that game came out 20 years ago.
You're a scaredy cat. You gotta play it.
I can't even play Slender Man.
When you did play it, how far did you get?
Like 10 minutes.
Minutes? That's nothing.
That's where the intro started. There a cutscene, and then you're about to play. I'm like, forget it. I can't do this anymore.
And for that reason, I'm out.
I'm out. But yes, let's get into the cast here. Do you have the cast on you, man?
I've got they're on me. They're crushing me. Help. No, I have the list.
Okay.
Okay, so the cast is listed here first is Stephanie Sigmund, who plays Sister Charlotte, the nun character. Not the nun, but a nun character.
A nun.
Yeah. Then we've got our main two girls. Janice, played by how you say Talitha Bateman?
Yeah, I think so.
And Lulu Wilson plays Linda, the other girl.
Yeah.
And then we have the Mullins, played by Anthony LaPaglia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And then Miranda Otto as Esther Mullins. Eowyn,
the woman who says, "I am no man.
I am no man.
I am no man." She stabbed the witch's king in Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, and he did like, and then he exploded.
And she's returning as Eowyn this year in the animated War of the Rohirrim movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's the narrator of the movie, and I guess it's like Eowyn's narrating it.
Didn't get Kate Blanchett.
She was baking Borderlands.
Ooh, let's not talk about that.
All right. Then we have Grace Fulton, who was in Shazam.
That makes sense because the director directed Shazam, and she. This is before Shazam, right?
Yeah, this was a couple years.
Yeah.
Philippa Coulthard as Nancy. Samantha Lee as a little girl named B.
Yeah.
Let's see. Taylor Buck, Lulu Saffron. Here's just some names. Mark Bramhall as a guy that's not really in the movie very much.
There's a little bit.
And then whatever. Joseph Bashara as the demon again. He's returned.
He's been in all these movies. He's been like what, 4 now? We've done 4 movies.
Yeah. Well, okay. Not counting Wolves at the Door, which we won't count.
Yes.
Then he's been in all of them so far. But I think this is the last one he's in. I don't think he's in the next one we're going to talk about. I don't think.
Oh damn. I don't think he'll be in the next one, which makes no sense because unless he is that person, but I don't think he is that person.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, all right. That's a good cast here. And the budget, man. What do you think the budget for Annabelle Creation, the sequel?
Once again, just like every other time we always do this, I say I don't remember what we said the budget was the last ones, but this is all like a one location movie for the most part. Like we go into a small town at the beginning, but then the rest is just all on this one farm, one farmhouse. Somewhere between I'm gonna say $20 million.
You're not far off. It's 15 million.
All right.
Not bad, not bad. And what about the box office? Because this is the sequel of not a great.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Is
Yeah.
it's a sequel to a movie that was really bad.
Yeah, usually that doesn't happen. Usually the first movie is always great, and usually the sequel is bad. But it's the opposite.
Oh, we'll talk about how I feel about this movie.
Oh,
I don't know. 200 million?
306 million.
306. Okay, only 100 million off.
Yeah, but what do you? Before we get into the plot here, what do you think about Annabelle creation?
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. You ready for this?
Yeah.
This movie was great.
Okay, good. My heart skipped a beat. I was like, if you didn't like it, then I'm
So
canceling this whole thing here.
So I had seen this movie before, as I had seen most of these movies before. Not Wolves at the Door, goodness. But I had seen this movie before, and I remember being like a little unimpressed. Better than Annabelle. That was my main takeaway. I was like, okay, it's better than the first one. Whatever. This time, I don't know, man. Magic took hold of me on this one.
It's a good one, man. It's all the set pieces are there. It's like they made the first Annabelle.
Yeah,
they made it better. Like they saw the cracks. It made it a lot better.
Everything that the first Annabelle movie tried to do,
yeah,
this movie did way better. So that's the thing to take away here. It's also shot fairly beautifully. Just certain shots, like sweeping shots in this farmhouse, the hallways. It's just really well executed, I think.
Especially when they go outside too. I mean, the farmland is always great scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Always good. But yeah, man, great movie. But let's get into the plot here.
Let's get into it. Let's rock it.
Let's rock it. A doll maker named Samuel Mullins creating some Annabelles in his workshop, and found a note that says, "Find me." Scott, what do you do? Yeah, what do you do here? You see a note that says, "Find me."
Well, if I was this guy at this moment in time, I would be like, "Oh, it's my daughter," and I'd have no reason to be afraid.
Okay.
But if I was this guy and I didn't have a daughter, I'd be like, "Ugh, this is scary."
Yeah, that's not good.
But no, he was like, "Oh, my daughter's playing a game," so it was very wholesome. Very
wholesome. He goes into the house and there's another note that says, "Closer." That's a little like get back.
Daughter's up to something.
Yeah, he sees his kid named B hiding behind the curtain and writes a note. And he writes a note and places it next to her, and he leaves. B grabs that note, and it reads, "Found you." Yep, and the dad goes, "Boo!" and tickles her.
Yeah. And then Eowyn comes in and says, "I am no man," and stabs the little girl in the face.
No.
Oh, okay.
The wrong movie. But yes, as you said, she walks in. She also tickles her.
They're a nice, loving family.
Yes, yeah. What do you thought about this family? It's a very wholesome family.
Yeah,
there's nothing can get wrong with here. You know,
when I turn on a horror movie and I see a nice, loving family doing tickle fights and they're all smiling and laughing, it's like, nothing horrible's going to happen here. Everything's going to be just fine forever.
Yes, I hope. I just end the movie here. Well, I don't know about you. B kind of creeps me out.
That makes sense. You're creeped out by a lot of things that aren't supposed to be creepy. She's a little girl.
She's a little girl, but the way she looks, I think the acting for this.
You're starting beef with this little girl. The way she looks. Ugh.
No, she's like, I don't know. I think it's her hairstyle or her outfit, or I don't know what it is. Well, it creeps me out.
I'll say this, and listeners at home, don't read too much into this. It's definitely not a spoiler. Is it because she looks like Annabelle?
Maybe.
She's got the little dress. She's got the little pigtails.
Maybe. I think that's what it is. Maybe also the face. I think she also has the face of the Annabelle doll. I don't know.
You're just scared of kids.
creepy kids and creepy old ladies. Do not watch Deborah Logan.
Okay.
She gets snaky.
Oh no! Censor that. Ah.
It's true. It happened. Well, it's the bedtime for B. Her sleepy music is the song "You Are My Sunshine,
Yep.
My Only Sunshine. You make me happy when
Oh,
it
we're gonna get
rains."
demonetized.
Oh, no, I'm singing.
Well, they'll still get you.
Ah, damn it. Well, that will come later.
She likes the song because James Wan,
Yes.
which again he didn't direct it, but he
No.
produced it, so this is his universe. But you can be sure in any James Wan picture, anything he's got his hands in, there's gonna be an old timey song, and they're gonna do their best to make it creepy.
Yeah. Last week episode, the Crooked Man song was there, and that was good. They get good sauce
Actually,
selection.
Conjuring 2 can be considered the exception to the rule because they did the Elvis song, and that was the not creepy part. That was the wholesome part.
Yes.
But Insidious, they played Tiny Tim with the demon, and then even in Malignant, the main score is like that like techno spooky version of Where Is My Mind by the Pixies.
Yeah.
So dude loves to change up songs, make songs creepy.
It's good. Make a good loving song, but creepy. That's how it works.
Yeah.
In the next scene, the family is walking out of church, and the store owner is telling the dad that the customers are asking about his dolls. And they're like, yeah, they're ready to pick it up. You can just pick up the dolls. It's ready to get picked up. And that's pretty much of that scene. We see the family in the middle of the road because they got a flat tire.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. The dad is going to replace it, of course. Miss Mulligan, Ewan, sees someone coming by. So she waves at them because, they need help.
You could see this car coming from a mile away.
Yes.
It's back there. It's coming. It's kicking up dust. We see it the whole way.
Yeah.
This, with all due respect, this little girl is stupid. Not a survival instinct in her body.
Maybe she didn't see the car.
She didn't see it.
Maybe she was playing with the doll, right?
You can hear it.
She can hear it, yes.
No. She. So the little screw pops out of the tire.
Yeah.
Of the wheel or whatever.
Yeah.
And she says, "I'll get it," and then just like dives headfirst. She basically spears her way right in front of this, and I think the car sped up too.
It did. I think they kind of like put the speed to like ×2, and they just went for it.
This reminds me of another PlayStation game, Heavy Rain. You ever play that one?
I played that game. That was a very depressing game. Very depressing. But yeah, pretty much the same plot. Yeah, she got ran over by the car.
She gets eaten by the car.
Eden, her doll went up in the air, crashed down to the ground. Sad stuff here. Pretty much she passed away.
Yeah.
12 years later, the Mullins are open their home to provide shelter for sister Charlotte and the 6 girls left homeless by closing of their orphanage. We see Linda and Janice playing with the what's it called? The origami, right? That's what it's called.
That's not origami. That's just the little fortune telling game that kids do with paper.
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Heavy Rain again, the origami killer.
There again. I think what's his name? David F. Sandberg was playing this Heavy Rain.
Maybe, but that's it. That's the only. There's no other reference to that movie in this. That game.
Well, Linda opened up one of the sides, and it reads, "You will make new friends." That's good.
Is it?
Linda is kind of sad and said she's not going to a new home instead of a new orphanage. Janice was like, "Let's make a promise that if they want one of us, they'll have to take both of us."
That's not how that works. You don't get to decide that.
No. The priest driver discussed with Sister Charlotte that Miss Mullins had an accident, so she won't be there often. Won't show her face as often.
She won't show most of her face.
Good point. A good point. Of course, a little sus. Why would he say that? As the girls arrive, we see that Janice has a clutch on her left. A crutch. Excuse me, crutch.
Yes, you're good.
I was thinking of last night. What's his name? Dak Prescott. He was wearing a clutch.
Is this a football podcast or is this an animal podcast?
Yeah, she has a crutch on her left leg because Sister Charlotte explains that to Mr. Mullins that she has polio.
Yeah, she caught the polio.
Yeah. Everyone out there, get your polio vaccine. Hopefully everyone got that already.
I agree.
Yeah. Mr. Mullins shows the girls around the house. The girls' names, as we know, are Linda, Janice, Carol from Shazam, Nancy, Kate, and Tierney. That's how you say it?
I think they say like Tierney or
Tierney.
Tierney.
Tierney. But yeah, what's your thoughts on these 6 girls?
They are all fine.
Yeah, they're not annoying. They're just they're okay.
Yeah, they didn't go out of their way to make them like all super distinct in a good way.
Yeah.
Like we don't need like this isn't a Friday the 13th movie. We don't need like the punk rock chick or the nerdy girl or the one that picks her nose. I don't know. But they're just all girls. Like them as the group is the character kind of.
Yeah.
And then like the 2 older ones are a little bit meaner, but not like cartoonishly mean. And then the
mean girls.
The 2 younger ones that aren't the main ones, Tierney and what's her name? I don't know.
Kate?
I think maybe. They're basically not characters at all. They don't do
much. No.
They're around and we see them doing things, but they're not important.
Usually they're together, just like Carol and Nancy, and of course Linda and Chance. Like they're a duo. They're both duos.
They've all paired off.
Yeah, if they play Fortnite, they'll play squads.
As Billy the Puppet.
Yes, shout out to Billy the Puppet. He is now in Fortnite.
Shout out a friend of the show, Billy the Puppet.
Billy the Puppet. Yes, go back to my early episodes. We rewatched Saw last year. That was a great, and of course Saw is coming. The first Saw movie is coming out the 20th anniversary in October 20th. So get your tickets on the big screen.
Yeah.
I might do it.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, man. It's a good movie. Mr. Mullins shows the stair chair for Janice.
The stair lift.
Stair lift, thank you. Stair lift. And he said he hasn't used it in a while because Miss Mullins used it and she doesn't use it. And Janice tried the chair.
It's funny because in my mind, the most famous stair lift in movies is in Gremlins, where it's paid off a bit more silly because Gremlins is a silly movie.
Sure.
Where the old lady tries to escape the Gremlins, but they mess with it, and then it like throws her out a window.
I have not seen Gremlins.
You've never seen Gremlins?
No.
I've still never seen Rush Hour.
Oh. You watch Rush Hour, I'll watch Gremlins.
All right. You'll watch Gremlins and I'll pretend to watch Rush Hour.
Okay.
Yeah, but so seeing this clearly set up this because in movies like this where characters like, oh, this is the thing, it works like this. You're like, okay, that's coming back later. So the stair lift, you're like, this is gonna come. I can picture the scene already. she's gonna be going down the stair lift, and there's gonna be something spooky at the bottom or something like that, right? And then so it was interesting seeing this set up, like, oh, how are they gonna pay this off in a spooky way? When in my mind, it's just I picture the funny version, right?
Ah, right. But I feel like this thing is like, of course, you know how in every scary movie there's always that one set piece. This is the set piece. This is what we all know for Animal Creation. Is this scary chairlift?
Maybe. I think there's a couple
one of it.
There's a couple in here that give the stairlift bit a run for its money, and we'll get to it.
Okay. Yeah. So Janice tried it. She puts the seatbelts on, and she knows how to operate it. And Janice is very happy about it, of course, because can't get upstairs, and of course now she can use it. As she gets upstairs, we see a pitch black hallway, and there is a white figure standing there, but Janice can't see it because the chair is looking the other way. The figure walked away as Janice tries to look in that hallway, and when I saw that scene, I'm like, hell no. You kidding me? Because that white figure, I'm guessing, is wearing a white dress. And you know me about white dresses.
No.
Actually, yeah, I never said anything about it. But what I'm saying is,
whoa! Now there's a story. What's going on?
No, I remember.
Did some lady in a white dress push you out to sea on vacation, and you almost died?
That's another story. But I know the story of, like, back in the homeland. At night in the dark, narrow road, someone saw they saw one kid with no eyes on the side of the road, and a girl in a white dress. Someone said they saw that at night around like 2 a.m. So I wanted to believe that, but of course it always reminds me of that.
Oh, have you ever? We're off track now, but it's Halloween, so it's time for spooky stories.
Yes.
Have you ever been driving like late at night and seen somebody on the side of the road like that?
Funny enough, when I was driving in the not complex, but like, the highway when you get off of when you get to the Grapevine highway. So when you trying to get out there, I was going in around 11 p.m. and I saw this guy was just so there's a farmland, and I saw this guy just standing there, just looking at the road.
What's up with that?
I looked because I was in the passenger seat, and I looked on my right. I was like, I think that's a dude, but I saw the shadowy figure.
Yeah. So I have a similar story.
Okay.
But maybe a little creepier. I don't know. I was driving back to my apartment from my family home, or back to my apartment back in the college days, right?
Right.
And I went to school like 30-ish, 40 minutes away. And I left my house really late, right? So I'm driving. It's like 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, something like that. And there's like no other cars around. And the road I took is just like one lane that way, one lane the other way, right? It's just a straight shot of road. And 2 in the morning, there's just a woman standing in the middle of the road, just standing there. And
what's she wearing?
Not like a white dress.
Okay, good.
Like, I don't know if she was like strung out on something, like drugs or whatever, but let me tell you, I went around her. I kept going.
At night?
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe she was just like walking around or something, or maybe she was a ghost.
I mean, what is the purpose of walking around at night?
Especially
if they're okay. The houses are like on the left, right? And then there's
no houses. No, it's basically like I don't want to say highway because that paints
Sure.
the wrong picture, but it's like a back roads.
That's even
Kinda.
worse. That's even worse.
Yeah. So like logically, because it wasn't like a little bit down the road were some like restaurants, bars, or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, maybe she's walking to or from that. I have no idea. And it's not like she was like hurt or anything, but she was just
What is she staring
hobbling
at?
around
Like
in the
staring
middle of
at
the road.
you?
I'm sure she looked at me. I just like went into the other lane and was like, nope, see ya.
Unless you want to investigate.
Hell no.
Like, man, lady.
That's her business. She didn't seem hurt. She knew what she was doing. She's an adult or a ghost, but I'm not telling her what to do. Like, good luck with it.
Yeah, that's scary.
Whether
yeah.
she's a ghost or not, she's lucky I was going the speed limit.
She could be a cop. You never know.
Oh, she's a ghost cop.
Yeah.
Starts chasing me.
A hall monitor. All right. Well, if anybody's listening,
Yeah, if anybody's listening and you see somebody standing in the middle of the road at night, don't interact with that person. Keep going.
just keep going. Mind your own business. That's it, man. That's how you survive.
Yeah. I'm not about to get carjacked by a ghost.
Yeah. What's it gonna do? Drive. All right. Let's get back to the story here. Carol, Nancy, Kate, and Tierney pick their rooms, while Janice and Linda has to pick another room. Janice was looking at someone's height measurement next to a room, but Mr. Mulligan, I keep saying Mulligans,
Yeah.
Mullins, because Mulligan sounds better. I don't know.
That's a golfing term.
Yeah, it is. Mr. Mullins was like, "This room is locked, dude.
Yeah, don't go in there.
Don't. It will stay this way. Don't go in there. A little sus."
A little sus.
Linda shows Janice their room and it's filled with working dolls. No, stop it. Sister Charlotte gets settled in as well. A dumb waiter, which is like a little elevator in an old house. Usually it opens like small things. But did you ever have a dumb waiter in your house?
I've never had a dumbwaiter. I've never lived in a house presumably old enough to have a dumbwaiter.
Well,
so surely they don't make dumbwaiters anymore, right?
I think you can make one.
Can you imagine the amount of like kids that hurt themselves or died because of dumbwaiters? Like those things are terrifying.
You get in there, you get trapped. That's it.
Yeah, and listen, if I'm a kid, I'm getting in there. Like it looks like fun.
Yeah. Good hide and seek game there, or hide and clap.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Charlotte. Oh, so that opened by itself, and Charlotte closed it, but it opened by itself. Nancy came by and wants to go exploring, and she was like, "All right." Linda invites Janice, but Janice is like, "Nah, I can't do this. I can't do it." Janice sees the other girls exploring. She's like that the Squidward meme where he sees SpongeBob and Patrick having fun outside.
Yeah.
That's what Janice is doing. But
it's a bit like Quasimodo also. The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes, pretty much. Because she has,
she thinks she's quote unquote disfigured and she wants to go out and have fun, but she can't.
But behind Janice, a door was closing and someone is there. She gets closer to her, step by step. As Janice looks back, no one was there. Of course. And the door starts to open again. Skyler, I don't like this.
Yeah. You don't because now it's a ghost little girl. It's not a normal little girl.
Yeah, as a small girl, she's trying to reach out to her, but she disappeared. I don't like that. Well, it's dinner time. Everyone is hearing this bell after they did a prayer. Mr. Mullins said, "Use me." Carol, let me handle this. Carol, our Shazam girl, peeks at the other room where Mr. Mullins is needed, and she sees someone on the bed, but Mr. Mullins closed the door. Ooh. The lights flicker, and Sister Charlotte was like, "Oh hell no!" In her head, I think that's I think she was saying.
So did
but
Mr.
yeah,
Mullins make that dinner all by himself?
he had to.
Right?
He has to.
Well, it's not
Us-
impossible that Sister Charlotte helped. I suppose.
Yeah, but I want to. Yeah, that's true. They puppet tag team.
They had ham and carrots and peas and cornbread and probably some sort of mashed potato. It looks like.
Yeah, so pretty basic. At least back in the day. I was expecting like steak.
I want to know. You can't feed steak to all these little girls. You got to give them something. No, I don't know. I almost said no red meat, but they're eating ham, so I don't.
Yeah. Well, you know, some chicken sandwiches. I don't know.
Mr. Mullins provides a halal option.
Oh, I'm eating that.
That'd be cool if he did that. He's just like, I'm inclusive.
Yes. Oh man, I'll be at his dinner table every time.
The little ghost girl. Don't forget her.
Oh
Yeah. Don't go to his dinner table.
Damn it! I can't pick anyone. Okay. As everyone goes to sleep, Janice hears footsteps, and discovers a note saying, "Find me."
That's probably that's a little less wholesome than last time.
Yeah. And sneaks into the forbidden room, which was mysteriously unlocked. She finds a key for B's closet and opens it, where she sees a eerie doll.
And horror
yeah.
movies like this just really teach you just never open doors ever.
Mm.
Oh, that door's locked. I don't need to be in there. I don't need to know.
But curiosity is with all these with these kids. You know, they need to know. This unwrittenly releases a powerful demon that begins to terrorize the girls. Thoughts on the first time we see the quote unquote Annabelle doll in that room, in that closet?
Well, immediately you notice that the wall is plastered with, like, I assume pages of the Bible. They don't really go into it.
No, yeah.
They don't really explain what it. Well, no. Later we see. I don't remember if they actually say. There's a flashback later where we see like the room being blessed, kind of.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just like tore out all the pages of a Bible, plastered all over this wall to make this kind of like containment cell for this demon. And it's crazy that it kind of worked. Like,
that's true.
There's still a little ghost girl walking around and moving stuff, and it obviously wanted out of the room, and it was able to trick someone to let it out. But I mean, it was kind of working.
It was working, but the way they set up this, they put the doll. It's like it's under a spotlight.
Yeah.
Like why? It's like a case, like a trophy or something.
Where's that light coming from?
That's true. They never explained that.
You gotta know where it is. There are certain shots where like the light doesn't look like when you first see it. There's light coming from like outside the room, like past the door. But then there are other shots later where it's very much like, oh, there's a spotlight.
Yeah. Well, Janice saw that and she's like, let me just close this door. But the door keeps opening up. So Janice covers the doll with a sheet, which looks more creepy, by the way.
Yeah.
Because the doll stood up. When Janice walks away, the doll gets closer to her in the sheet, but she looks at the sheet, she gets scared, but it disappeared.
There's nothing under the sheet. That's still enough for me to be thinking I need to tell somebody that I did something and something bad is happening.
Yeah, but you'll get in trouble though, right?
More trouble than she finds herself later in this movie?
True.
Because you think about it. if you were in Janice's position,
Mm.
where you go into this room, I know you wouldn't, because you're not a little white girl with curiosity.
I'm a brown boy.
Yes, you are. Name of the show. If you went into this room and you found a little hidden key and you opened the little hidden door and you found the little hidden doll in the room
Yeah.
with Bible pages, and then the door won't stop opening and closing, and then the sheets walking around, and you're like, okay, I have two options. Number one, I say nothing. I pretend I didn't do it, and this little ghost is gonna be walking around doing stuff. Number two, I tell my dad and he throws me into a wall. Those are your two options. Now, the wall thing, your dad throws you, that's one and done, and it's over.
Yeah.
And you're like, I learned my lesson.
Yes.
But the ghost girl, that is trouble that is going to continue. And you need to have some help fixing it.
Yeah, I'll ask for help for that. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. We see the girls at the well. Oh, no, yeah, by the way, it's the next day.
Kids will find the spookiest things to play with.
That's
They're
true.
like, oh, let's hang out by the abandoned well and sing songs into it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, they're talking some shiz or some shit.
Talking all that smack.
Yeah. Carl suggests to play hide and seek with Linda. Kate was like, "Oh yeah." Linda's like, "Okay, let's play."
Linda needs to smarten up, okay? Because it could not have been more clear that Carol had no intention to find her.
No.
She was like, "Yeah, we'll play hide and seek." How she said it sarcastically. She was like, "How about we play hide and seek? You go hide, and we'll go find you." And like everyone's like, "Oh, that's so mean." And Linda's like, "Okay." She just scampers off, and they're like, "Okay." There she goes.
Yeah, Kate was like, "Oh yeah, are we gonna look for her?" And she's like, maybe." She's the Regina George in this movie.
A little bit. Good reference. I like it.
Yeah.
Are you referencing the original or the musical, or the movie version of the musical?
Original. Please. Janice. I think they're making this. No. I'm thinking Freaky Friday. They're making a sequel of that. Never mind. Janice has.
They are making a sequel of Freaky Friday. Yeah. You're right.
Janice has a sin to confess with Sister Charlotte. Charlotte Flair? I don't know. No, Charlotte. She talked about what happened last night. Linda came by and said, "What you doing?" Janice is like, just unboxing some boxes for punishment. And she was like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yeah, Linda, you're supposed to be hiding.
Yeah. She's like, I think she forgot it or something. Linda runs to the stairs, but she checked out this fence between each step, and she sees something. Carl and the rest of the Mean Girls checks out the barn and found our Crooked Man like character for this movie.
They found someone to bully.
Yeah, I mean, except for Kate, I don't think she's a bully.
Not really.
No.
The two younger girls are just kind of there, and the other
Nancy.
Nancy, that's her name. She was too scared of the scarecrow to bully it.
Yeah, true. Carol makes a joke about the scarecrow, and of course, as you said, Nancy is scared AF. Back to Linda. Linda found a door that led to a fence underneath the stairs.
She's in like a crawl space.
Yeah. I don't want to be that. I don't want to go into a crawl space.
You got a crawl space in your house, I'm sure.
Do I?
I'm sure everyone does.
Oh, like the attic?
Oh
no, yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's like it's in each room. I know what you're talking about.
Or there's maybe like a little door under your stairs like this, or something like that. There's crawl spaces everywhere.
No, I think in each room there's like a little square and there's like a key. I don't have that key.
Well, late at night you're gonna find that key.
Oh no! Well, around the corner, Linda discovers the doll that Janice discovered. Linda looks at the doll, but behind the doll, there appear to be two horns
There
and
he
some
is.
orange eyes
There he is.
staring at her with a smile. Yeah,
So that's our boy. That's the demon
yeah.
from the first movie, and I want to say, I like the way that he's handled in this movie a lot more, because there are certain times in the first movie where he'll just show up, like, the bottom of the stairs, which I think we decided was one of the better parts of the movie. The first one where he's at the bottom of the stairs, but like you get the full body shot of him. And this one, they kind of approach him like the shark from Jaws.
Yes.
Like you don't really see him a lot, and then you'll see bits and more of him. By the end, we're seeing him, but he's shrouded in shadow a lot. Or I think his presence is handled better in this movie, and they really take advantage of those glowing eyes in this a lot.
Yes. I think it's the most terrifying part of the movie. And I do agree. They handled this demon very well, at least from the first one. But yeah, Linda is staring at this demon right in the face. The doll was dragged back, and Linda got scared, and did she get knocked out of the crawl space?
She tripped. She fell backwards and stumbled out of the crawl space, and the mean girls found her.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing? You're so scared.
We found you.
Ugh, I hate Carol.
Oh no!
I hate her.
I love her because she's her in Shazam. She's great in Shazam.
She's great in Shazam, but she's a bully in this one.
She's in that movie Fall.
She loves her
power.
She loves her wrestlers, her WWE wrestlers for sure.
Yeah, name the WWE wrestlers.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. I'm like, oh man, I understand her now.
I am this girl.
Yeah, we're the same person.
But you wouldn't climb up a massive tower alone in the middle of the desert because, and I've already said it, because you're not a white girl.
Yes, thank you. I'm a brown boy.
There's a reason that white girls are always
they're always doing something.
Main characters in these horror movies. They're the only ones that'll do it.
They're brave, I'll say. They're very brave.
Oh, they're definitely brave. Braver than me.
Yeah. Sister Charlotte talks to Mr. Mullins about these nuns.
Nuns.
This picture, oh my god. She was talking about these nuns in Romania. They pretty much have no contact with the outside world, and of course, Sister Charlotte, she became very friendly with them.
Yeah.
Mr. Mullins points out the other nun, and the nun is the same nun from Lorraine's vision from Conjuring. Dude.
I thought it was funny the way he was like moving the card or the picture around, and it was like a holographic Pokemon card. The way it changed.
Yes. First of all, the nun is like that. The demon nun is like she's just standing there. Like, she's not in the frame. No, she's not in the frame. She's like outside, like on the side. I'm like, she's not supposed to be in there.
No, she's not supposed to be there.
Oh God! So foreshadowing.
They did this not just foreshadowing, but this is basically their version of an MCU after credits thing, because the Nun is the next movie, and it was around this point where they decided, we've got the Conjuring, and we spun that off into Annabelle, but now we're going to do a Nun spinoff, so let's have these be quote unquote interconnected. I mean, they're not really interconnected until, there are certain things typically at the end of the movies where they're like, and it's connected this way. When we'll get into that specifically when we talk about the Nun. But this being a little reference, like, oh, the Nun's coming out, let's put in a little thing, and people be like, oh, the Nun, I remember the Nun, and the Nun's coming out, and so they did this. It's a little in this movie specifically, it was a little too much point. The Leo DiCaprio point, like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
but yeah, you know, they're doing a little shared universe. It is what it is.
I like it.
I mean, I like it. I just don't think it was that tactful. It wasn't that graceful the way they did it here.
You're like, hey, Charlotte, Sister Charlotte is like, I never met her.
Yeah, the silly part of my brain was like, oh, it's the Nun, and I'm watching the Nun after this one. Whoa. Yeah, so I mean that's fun.
Yeah,
and you know, it's kind of similar to when you're watching the first Annabelle movie and they're talking about Charles Manson on the TV, and you're like, oh, I get to watch a really bad movie after this. Wolves at the Door. Wow.
Well, this is better though. This is a better version of that.
Oh, nothing's gonna be worse than Wolves at the Door in this Halloween watch along. Nothing is gonna be worse than that.
I feel like all the Saw movies are better than that movie.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? What's the worst Saw movie? Probably Saw 7?
7, the final chapter.
Or maybe Spiral? I don't know. I would watch any and every Saw movie multiple times before I watched Wolves of the Door. You kidding me? Even the bad ones are fun.
I agree.
Whew. All right.
Please. No more wolves. No more George Clooney or Brad Pitt.
Doors. No more George Clooney. No more Brad Pitt.
No, not that Apple movie. No Wolves at the Door. No, none of them.
That's Apple. That didn't go to theaters.
No, that should be in theaters.
I saw a trailer for that in theaters. Were they not supposed to show me that?
Someone is showing you. I think they're using the Apple TV over there. I don't know what they're doing over there. I don't know what they're doing in the theaters now. Mr. Mullins. Oh yeah, by the way, Mr. Mullins walks by the girls' room with Nancy, Carol, Kate, and Tierney. He looks at them.
Every time
leaves.
You say her name, and I don't even think you're saying it that wrong. It's like Tierney, right?
Tierney.
I'm like, that's a Targaryen name. She's a little Targaryen girl. Tierney Targaryen.
She's the House of the Dragons.
Or I guess that sounds more like a Lannister name if we're gonna nitpick. Sorry, everybody.
Tierney. True. Tierney.
It goes with Tyrion and Tywin and. Oh, see, it went as a little joke, and then I went too far, and now I'm a big nerd loser. Oh well.
No. Everyone watch House of Dragons season 2 is a great show.
Yeah, season 2 is not bad. I heard a lot of people say it was bad, and I say if you like season 1, season 2 is no better or no worse.
It's just adding story, you know, and it gets better.
Yeah. There's still dragons.
House of Dragons is a good show.
For now.
No, the books that finish. It's not Game of Thrones at the end. You know, they have a story.
Yeah, but all right, now we're off topic. But now I got to get this point across.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, so when Game of Thrones started, there are no dragons until the dragons come back. Well, then that means that in House of the Dragon, where there are many dragons, eventually there will be no dragons.
Yeah. At least the last season, there will be no dragons because, especially that one episode in season 2.
Well, I'm pretty sure in the book that specific war is the reason there are no like it kills all the dragons.
Yes.
Or most of the dragons.
That's why you have Daenerys getting her dragons. It's a big thing.
We are so bad at staying on topic.
Hey, Game of Thrones universe is great.
All right, now let's talk about the Penguin.
Oh, the Penguin, dude.
No,
episode
no.
3. Okay.
Annabelle.
Got some Annabelles. Here we go. Where are we? Okay, Mr. Mullins. He walks by to the girls' room. With Nancy, Carol, Kate, and the T word. He looks at them and leaves.
What would you do if your dad did that to you? Or has he done that to you?
You know what my dad does?
All right, here we go.
He's a ninja. If I'm watching something, he's like right behind me. And he's like Abrar. He's like, He's like, I need your help. Or like he just walks by like this. Or especially if I'm walking downstairs and I'm like going somewhere, he's like behind in the front door and just walks gets behind me. It gets crazy.
Your dad sounds scarier than little ghost girl.
Yeah, I think so.
Little ghost girl can't throw you into a wall.
Okay, that's a different story. I'm not good at having detail on that.
I think I've said it enough times that they get the context.
All right.
Okay, but no. So Mr. Mullins looks at the girls. They're giggling, having fun, talking about boys, and he stops in the doorway and stares at him, and they get a little creeped out, and then he leaves after a beat, and then they all start laughing again. They clearly don't get it, but he's like looking at these girls, thinking, "I used to have a daughter. She is dead now. She was hit by a truck. I miss my daughter." And then he left. And then it was a nice moment.
It was
a nice
good.
little character thing where. I mean, at no point in this movie do you feel, nor do I think you are supposed to feel, that he's creepy or nefarious or up to something.
Yeah.
We know the Annabelle demon's deal at this point, and we know, I mean, we don't know how it got here yet, but we know that is the problem, and we know that this guy suffered a hardship earlier in his life. So I think there's enough context there to be like understanding his mindset of, oh, it's nice to have girls in the house again.
Yeah, he is missing his daughter so much.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it's bedtime, and Carol and Nancy tell scary stories under a sheet. Their scary stories were about Miss Mullins.
That's rude.
She's
opened her home to you.
Exactly, and that's why That's why I hate Carol. She started this.
No, we're gonna scare Carol. You know that show Scared Straight? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scare her into stop being a mean girl.
Thank you. Yes. Especially the one that they woke up that kid. He's like, he wakes up. That one meme. Oh, that was funny with me. A few moments later, we hear the bell ringing. And that must be Miss Mullins. They both laugh it off, but they are still hearing that bell. Their flashlights turned off. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The bell gets closer, and they look behind under the sheet. They look behind the sheet.
They're still under the sheet, and then we can see through the sheet.
They see a shadowy figure with a bell next to the window. The bell rings louder. It gets closer to them. But she's gone. Until Miss Mullins grabs Carol's face, but she disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone shows up in
Presumably
the room.
Miss Mullins. Or
I assume.
An image of Miss Mullins.
Yes.
We only see a face for about a split second. And it's kind of, it can either be obscured by the sheet or it's a doll's face.
Yeah.
Because when Carol peeked in the room, she saw that Miss Mullins had half her face covered by a thing, which is a doll's face made by her doll maker husband.
Mm-hmm.
And so they assume it was Miss Mullins.
Yeah. Well, everyone showed up in the room, and Carol and Nancy explained what happened. Mr. Mullins was like, "My wife hasn't been able to walk for years. What are you talking about?" They all hear the bell ringing again, and Mr. Mullins is like, "I'll take care of that." A good scene. I know in every Conjuring movie, the sound goes like to the max.
Yeah, we live this. We're still in the era of silence then jump scare.
Yeah,
it's just what we're dealing with right now. It's not ideal,
but it's effective.
I will say this movie did it the least offensive of the ones we've watched so far. This one and Conjuring 2. I feel like Conjuring 1 had quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
And Annabelle, I don't know, there was nothing going on there. But this one didn't take me out of it, you know? It wasn't too much.
Oh, it was good.
And I suppose I mean, I'm not saying that there's no place for jump scares in horror movies. Horror movies are like roller coasters. You strap in, you're on the ride, and we go down a path of adrenaline. And one tool that can be used in a horror movie is a jump scare, and that's fine. It's the problem with like the genre has just become jump scares for a long time. I think we're just about now getting out of that. I'm sure there's still some of them, and you know what? We'll talk more about it next episode when we talk about The Nun.
You're right.
Because I have some things
to say
about that movie. But I think this movie did it the least annoying out of most of the horror movies of this era.
I couldn't say better than myself.
You could say that yourself.
Excuse me.
It's all right. We're recording this late.
It's a little late here, but it's spooky.
It's the witching hour.
Yeah, it is the witching hour in fantasy football. In the next day, class is in session outside. Janice talked to Nancy if she saw Miss Mullins, and she was like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah.
Carol denies it, and she was like, "You guys were just imagining it." Oh, Carol.
Nancy snapped out of the mean girl thing already, but Carol, she's in denial.
Yeah. Sister Charlotte enters Miss Mullins' room, and our Miss Mullins, our Ewan. What? How do you say?
Ewan.
Don't
worry. You're fine.
Asked for a glass of water. They talked about bees passing. Janice overheard them and was looking at a picture of Bee and the doll together. I would say this. That is the creepiest picture I ever seen in my life.
You think so?
I think so. Because there's two Annabelles.
Yeah.
In one picture.
That's double the creepiness. You're right.
Yeah. Janice tries to hide the picture, but when the picture goes in the dark, it appears that Bee's eyes start to glow white.
That's messed up. How's a picture haunted?
Exactly. She hears the "You're My Sunshine" song and enters Bee's room.
Stop going in there. Stop going in there.
Janice is so brave, man. I'm telling you.
Oh.
She turned off the record, and Linda enters the room. She's like, "What's going on?" Linda is just touching stuff everywhere. She's
just playing with toys. Any toy. Linda is like a ADD or something.
Yeah.
She keeps getting distracted by stuff.
Yeah. Well, Linda hits the doll, the Annabelle doll that was sitting up.
Shoots her right in the head.
Yeah.
With a litay
it was
like a pop gun.
Yeah.
I've never seen a pop gun like this before. Because it's like custom made or something. I mean, maybe these existed. I don't know. I wasn't alive when polio was a thing. So, but it's a little air gun that you stick like a tiny rubber ball in, and it's attached to a string, a tether, and the tether is on like a fishing reel.
Yeah.
So you shoot the ball, but then you can reel it back in and reload it.
It's like that 1950s old school toy where you put a can in a ball, and it's like a string. It's like that too.
Can in a ball? What?
Yeah, you attach a string into a ball, and you put it to like a tin can, and you play like a little game. It's like 1950s ish.
I'm thinking of like ball in a cup. Ball in a can?
Yeah. You've like maybe it's a ball in a cup.
Well, I mean, that's ball in a can.
You know what I'm talking about? Like I remember in the Twilight Zone show episodes, there's like one episode like there's these kids just playing with that. I don't know.
I got no idea.
I have no idea either. But she has, as you said, that toy gun there. She hits Annabelle in the face. Annabelle was looking this way. Linda was talking to Janice about leaving the room because I'm like, this is not fun. Linda looks at the doll again, and the doll was looking right at her, and saying, "Bish, what?" That's what I thought she said.
That's what her look conveyed.
Yeah, she's like, "No, man." Linda was like, "We shouldn't be in here, man," and she left. Janice was looking at a sketchbook, and one of the pages says, "Dear Diary, today I come home."
That's messed up.
Yeah, the door closes. Two puppets appear in the it's like a little show box thing.
Not just any puppets. Those look like the puppets from the Santa Claus. Remember when Tim Allen's in the North Pole and then he drops his pants and they scream?
Those are the same ones.
That's what-
The puppets are from the Green Knight movie with Dev Patel.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
It's a
scary.
good movie.
Yes. Oh, I recommend it. The puppets are just waving at Janice. She picks one of them up, and it appears that no one was controlling them. The dollhouse lit up behind her. She checks it, and she found B behind the dollhouse, looking at her. B turns around and looks at the window. And B asked, "Will you help me?"
No.
Janice is like, "Whoa, what you need?" B said,
I
"Your
need some
soul."
I need some biscuits.
I wish she said that, but she said your soul. Oh my god. B scratches Janice's legs as she tries to leave the room. Claw marks. Although she attempts to get away using the stair lift, the demon recalls the stair lift and hurls her violently down to the ground, leaving her severely injured. Dude, what's your thoughts on the scene?
I liked it quite a bit. I think as soon as the demon says your soul, we get some really good stuff. Janice running away down the hall, hobbling away because she can't run. That adds to the fear. There's that shot of all the lights, the light going out of the hallway as it kind of like zooms in and pulls back at the same time. That old camera trick.
Yeah.
The payoff to the stair lift bit. The demon. It's a good scene, man.
The anticipation with the chairlift, she goes down and then she goes up.
And they one of the things they make sure to say earlier is the chairlift will only work if the seatbelt is buckled.
Yes.
And so she buckles it to get it going, and then once it goes down and then starts to come back up, she can't get it unbuckled. She's like locked in now. Like I called this movie a roller coaster earlier. She's literally stuck on a ride.
Yes. Oh man. And she got yeeted to the ground.
Boy, did she.
Well, now Janice is now in a wheelchair, and she feels like crap. Janice was telling Sister Charlotte that she gotta leave, and something is like messing with us. She told her that there's an evil presence here. Charlotte is like, "Girl, you are stronger than all of us."
Thank you, but that's not helping.
Yes. The Mullins are talking to each other about Janice's fall. Miss Mullins was like, "It's been 12 years and it's been quiet." Janice has to. Is this the word when they're talking? Do we see Miss Mullins? Like her face? Not yet, right?
Not yeah. I don't think we see her face till the end.
Yeah.
About.
Well, Janice has to sleep on the couch. Linda doesn't want to sleep alone, but she has to do it now. Touchy scene here because Linda doesn't want to leave Janice alone.
They swap dolls.
Yeah.
They because they each have their own little dolls with names. One's called Sweet Sue and the other one's called something. I don't remember. But
something else.
But they Linda says, I don't want to go upstairs alone. So Janice gives her doll and says, well, take my doll, then I'll always be with you. And then Linda does the same. She gives her doll, and they've swapped dolls. Now they're always with each other.
I mean, these are best friends here. We like to see that.
Yeah. And the two kids playing the roles are doing pretty good.
Yes, they're not annoying. They're
No.
usually kids are annoying, but these are good actors here.
There's no annoying kids in this. I mean, obviously Carol's mean, but
That's different.
we'll fix that. Yeah, no annoying kids. I guess that could be said. David Sandberg is good at, for his movies, whoever's casting these kids. Because in Shazam, there's a bunch of kids, and none of them are annoying.
No.
I mean, maybe some of the things they say are annoying in the second movie, but that's different, isn't it? It's different than the movie being annoying than the kids being annoying. That's two different things.
Hey, man, if you are in a sequel with Harold the Purple Crayon, it's time to get out of there.
No, not the purple crayon. He uses the purple crayon to draw MAGA.
Oh, no.
Does Zachary Levi have a purple MAGA hat?
He should. But it should be crayon, too.
Yeah, he should just draw his own. Okay, we're done. We're done with that.
Yes. We see Linda peeping through B's room through the keyhole, and she sees the doll rocking back and forth like she owns this shit.
I think she does at this point.
Yeah. I actually, yeah. Linda opens the door, and the doll is not there, but the chair is still rocking. We see Linda posting up by her door with the ball gun thing, and she shoots it and recoils it. Nothing happens. She did it again in the dark, and when she recoils it, it stops.
I think this is really funny because she's a kid. She can't sleep.
No.
She finds the closest thing to a weapon she can, which is utterly useless.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, I'm going to post up. I'm on watch. And then when the demon shows up, she just, oh God, I'm a kid. I can't do anything.
The thing about this scene is I'm like, how do you sleep? And she sleeps here. As she's trying to recoil it, the line of the attached ball gets higher and higher. And it took her gun away from her hands, and we hear running to her room, like do 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 do. Linda freaks out, and she hides in her bed. The lights turned off, and she's looking at some black footprints. She looks at the side of the bed, and the doll is staring right at her. She's like, oh no. The doll's like, I see you now. A black hand grabs the doll's face, and Linda's freaking out. And then the next morning, Linda's asleep. How do you sleep after that?
Not well, I'll tell you. not very well.
I would have been up the entire time. Just like
she probably was. She probably didn't sleep. She fell asleep clearly.
Yeah.
But we see the sun come up, and what else do you do?
No, nothing. Well, she wakes up and nothing happens.
Fear is exhausting. So
I agree. You need some snacks after you get scared.
What kind of snacks?
Ice cream, at least.
We already know that he's got a halal option in the kitchen because Mr. Mullins is a good guy. So
yeah. I'll go to his kitchen there. The demon posing as Sister Charlotte wheels Janice into the old barn.
Man, this part made me sad because Janice is just so tired and so defeated, and she's just hoping for the best, and then taken for an absolute ride out of her control. And she's just like, no, please. And then this is where, effectively after the scene, Janice is gone.
Yes. As you mentioned, in in the old form, there's a form of B, the little girl, attacks her and it possesses her by throwing some black, I don't want to say goo, but it's like black bile into Janice's
It's
mouth.
the Venom symbiote.
Yeah, it is. It is Venom.
Venom 3 coming to theaters. The bro's gonna see it. He has to.
I have to. It's The Last Dance. I hope it's better than the first two.
Well, maybe it'll be really good, and then when Venom shows up in Secret Wars, you'll be happy.
It better pay off, man. It better pay off. But yeah, thoughts on the scene, man. I think this is a very disgusting scene. You see the black bile, black ooze, black
It's
Venom.
It's gross. It's scary. It's sad. Like I said, just gonna take another opportunity to say the camera work in this movie is really good.
Very good.
I don't know.
Also, like B is like crawling really fast too, and I like that. I like, for example, 28 Days Later, those zombies, they run.
Fast
And
zombies.
The fast zombies are the scariest zombies.
Yeah.
That's 100%. But yeah, this scene kind of reminds me of like Jeepers Creepers too. Especially
Okay.
with, yeah, a little
Which
bit of
part?
that. The part where was it the Jeeper guy? He was like engulfing that person. I think it's the first one. Or he got Justin Long, I guess. I don't know.
Justin Long's the first one.
Yeah.
The second one's the one where they're all stuck in a bus.
Yes. Didn't he like just a body horror or something in the second
Tore a
one?
guy's head off in that.
Yeah.
I don't really remember Jeepers Creepers too well. Maybe that's next Halloween. Actually, you know what? No, we don't. That director's a bad guy. Let's not do that.
It is. And also 3, 4, and 5, they're terrible. Only the first one was good. I saw Unborn, terrible. And I saw the next one. It's like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Is Terrifier the new Jeepers Creepers?
Not Jeepers Creepers, but like more like the next. It's like this generation's Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers. That's what it is.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's 3 of them now.
Like, I'm not gonna hate on Terrifier. Like, if you like them, that's fine. And it's not the gore that skews me out. Like, I watch a lot of gory stuff, right? But I once heard, like, in a picture of all these famous like slasher villains, you know, Freddy, Jason, Michael, Ghostface, Chucky. You put Art the Clown up there, and it's like, get that industry plant out of here. Get this guy out of here. I just don't think he compares.
No, I mean,
just
you know, I understand your opinion there. It's just like, where's the new slasher guy? This is it. This is the guy.
Well, I guess he's the only recognizable one. Although an argument could be made, not a good argument, and it won't be made by me, but an argument could be made for the In a Violent Nature guy.
If he gets 4 more movies, he's the next guy.
I think they said they were going to make another one, but is the other one going to be the same, where it's all in his perspective, all very slow, walking through the woods?
It has to,
because that
or maybe
as a bit, I think only works for one movie.
One movie.
I don't think you can get away with that twice.
I think you could do it in the perspective of the victim.
That's all the other movies. That's Friday the 13th, is what you just said.
But like the point of view of like how the first one was, it's just like them walking, like a GTA movie or something.
Oh, you know what would be cool? So if In a Violent Nature 2, once again we are off topic, but if In a Violent Nature 2, following from behind, third person, like you just said that they did with the killer in the first one, you can do that with one victim in the sequel. Like you follow the final girl or whatever it is, and then you do a third one where you follow a cop that's like chasing him.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe the cop would be the second one, and then you do a victim the third one. You hear here first. And then by then, by then enough time has passed that you can do the killer again, and then that's 4. That's 4 movies.
That's all you need. Well, Jason has 10.
Jason has 10, but do you know how many of those are good?
2.
Not 10.
Jason X is funny, I guess.
Would you rather watch Jason X or Cube 2 Hypercube?
Dude, that is the worst. It wasted my Hypercube wasted my time. I'd rather watch the third one again because it talks about
For those keeping track at home, the movies you have to watch now are In a Violent Nature, Jason X, and Cube 2 Hypercube.
Yes. And Rush Hour.
And Rush Hour and Gremlins.
There you go.
And throw in Johnny Tsunami for good measure.
We might rewatch him next time. All right, let's get into it. Let's get back to the story here, guys.
Yes, sir.
Linda notices changes in Janice's behavior and tells the other girls, but Carol, of course, is doubting Janice's behavior. She's like, she's fine. The next morning, Linda told Mr. Mullen that Janice snuck into B's room and found the doll. Samuel, Mr. Mullins, immediately believes Linda and heads.
He just gets up.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, shit.
I told you not to.
Yeah. Linda, I don't know, and he believes, so he heads inside the house and he sees the doll at the dinner table alone. There's a note next to her and it reads, "Found you." When he comes across Janice, who now appears to walk, is walking now, Janice transforms into the demon and sings the Sunshine Song.
This part's great.
Yeah, and brutally kills Mr. Mullins.
So she slowly wheels in on the wheelchair, stands up from the wheelchair, then backs into shadow, and her eyes glow. And then you see the glowing eyes get taller and taller. The whole hallway also goes pitch black. Just the presence of the demon does that. And then you see like the face of the demon standing like 7 feet tall, something like that. Mr. Mullins holding up the cross, trying to tell it to get back. And then just through pure evil power, his fingers one by one snap back. What were you thinking when that was happening?
It's like a low blow in wrestling. It hurts every time.
Break his fingers so that they're curled backwards off the cross. The effect of the finger, it's obviously CG for the fingers. It's, I think it's fine. It's not super duper convincing, but it's convincing enough. I think in the moment for what's happening, it gets a pass. And plus there is that initial shock when the first finger does it, where you're like, "Oh my god, that's what's happening." Okay,
it's not good for it was not good for Mr. Mullins' death here. But again, as you mentioned, the presence of Janice turning to the demon, great stuff here. Yeah.
I think that the whole Mr. Mullins confrontation. Also, by the time that Sister Charlotte finds him, he's his eyes are like rolled back in his head, and his skin is pale, and he's gone, man.
He's dead.
Pretty grisly.
Yeah. Shout out to the best cooker in that farm.
Oh Mr.
Mullins. That evening, Linda takes Janice's doll. And throws it into the well.
Because so when the coroner takes Mr. Mullins away, Janice is sitting on the porch holding the Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Forget it.
She's like evil little girl. Throw Janice down the well too while we're at it.
Oh gosh, it's not her, it's the person controlling her.
But Janice is gone. She's not coming back.
She's gone. She's gone at the moment. But yeah, as strange as Linda throws the doll inside the well, a strange noise comes from the well, and it was dragging. She was almost dragged into the well. But Sister Charlotte saves her.
Some hands grabber. There's a lot of hands grabbing.
Yeah, I don't like that. Upon returning inside to find Janice gone from the couch, Charlotte wakes the other girls, who who trying to look for excuse me. Sister Charlotte wakes up the other girls who look for her as an alarmed Sister Charlotte speaks with the disfigured Miss Mullins.
Oh yes.
Who is confined into her bedroom. Miss Mullins reveals that after B's death, they pray to whatever entity would grant their wish to see their daughter again.
Hey, don't do that.
No. I know it's a family member, it's your daughter. Don't bring in demons in here. Come on.
Don't do that.
No. An unknown entity answered their prayer, and they briefly saw B's spirit. The entity convinced them to transfer the essence into one Samuel's crafted dolls. They happily agreed, but as soon they realized they had attached a demon looking for a human host. One night, Miss Mullins saw B's spirit transforming into a demon, which would then gouge her eyes out, resulted in her wearing a half doll-like mask, concealing her injuries.
The transformation thing where her legs grow super long, her arms grow super long.
Yeah.
She's like 7 feet tall. But I was thinking, like, God damn, get this girl on the basketball team. This girl needs to be hooping.
Dude, pair her with what's the WNBA player who's famous?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark. Put her with Caitlin Clark, they will win all the championships.
Man, yeah, get an actual demon on that team. There we go.
Yes.
And then anytime people are like, "Oh, boo, Caitlin Clark, you suck," the demon just rips their head off.
Oh, jeez. This scene,
like, rookie of the year, and then throws the head in the well.
She dribbles it and makes.
Oh, absolutely!
There you go.
That movie.
I think that's called that Wolf movie with Michael J. Fox.
That'll be Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. I think it's Teen Wolf.
It'll be like a new Space Jam. Caitlin Clark, but then a demon.
There we go.
Now you make a lot. You make a lot of stuff into clips to put on TikTok. Don't do this one. Don't, this is a terrible idea.
No. This is too much editing. I won't do that. Because I have to like edit the demon and Clark, and then I can.
You got to throw in a second of Teen Wolf in there.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox. No, it's too much. But yeah, the scene of her transforming into the demon. That was the teaser trailer for Annabelle Creation. And I think that teaser trailer is really good for this movie, just to hype up the movie. It's great. Enlisting the help of the priest to bless the house, they locked the doll in B's closet. Miss Mullins and Samuel opened their house as a shelter for orphan children to repent for their actions. But Miss Mullins now regrets it, since it, kind of provided an opportunity for some demons' actions.
Yeah. Did you mention her eye was ripped out? Did you say that part?
I mentioned that.
Okay. I must have missed it. Yeah. So another thing, I know hindsight's 2020, which Miss Mullins no longer has because she only has one eye.
Yeah.
But if you demons, right? If you got a demon in your house, any kind of ghost in your house, spirits, evil activity, that is not the house you make into an orphanage. You get a different house. You go somewhere else. You don't do that here. And they're like, oh, in hindsight, no. In regular sight, should have caught that.
They're trying something, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the animal doll is in that closet so that the evil won't get out, so they can't leave, right?
Well,
They can't leave forever. I mean, they can't leave at all.
you're right. You're
Oh.
right. Okay, they can't leave. Right, you're right. They also didn't have to open an orphanage here.
They gotta do something. Like, I gotta, get these sins out. So they just did that.
They should have just let the priest take it. The priest that blessed the wall. They didn't have anyone to call yet because the Warrens weren't alive yet.
Not yet. Oh,
Well,
there weren't.
no, they were definitely alive. This was only 20 years before that. They
Yeah.
were alive. They just weren't doing their thing.
They're still in their demontology school.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good scene where that scene she took her eye out. If there's a scream queen out there, I think she's number one.
Really?
I think she screamed pretty well.
Oh, you mean the actual Scream?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the title Scream Queen number
No,
one.
no, no,
Like,
no,
come
no,
on,
no, no.
there's others.
No.
I was like thinking, like, is she even in any other horror movies?
I'm sure she has.
All right.
Lady in the Water? Is that the same lady?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I'll look into that. You continue reading the plot.
All right. Yeah, her eye is gone. The girls checks on Janice as she sings the Sunshine Song in B's room, and they're like, "You can walk." Janice says, "Time to cease from sin." Carol, while she was holding a knife. Oh,
I'm so silly. I'm so stupid. She was in Talk to Me.
Oh, who?
Eowyn, Miranda Otto. She was in Talk to Me. Yeah.
Oh, she was the mom, right?
She was the mom that got really mad.
Yeah. And that kid got messed up. Oh my god.
Yes, he did.
he got effed up. The demon then murders Miss Mullins, puts her half body on the wall. God damn.
So, okay, this part slightly confuses me.
Yeah.
Because we don't see her legs, do we?
No.
Okay. And earlier, Mr. Mullins was like, my wife doesn't get out of bed anymore. Was she always missing these legs?
Maybe. I think we saw the legs later on. Not in this scene.
I don't think so.
I remember.
I don't know. But yeah, she gets messed up.
Yeah, she got messed up. Her half of her body's on the wall. And then the demon attacks Charlotte. She threw her to the mirror and gets knocked out. While like your dad did to you. It always comes back around. While some of the orphans are able to leave the house, they encountered. I thought that there's a lot of great scenes, but I think this tops it.
Mm-hmm.
They encountered the Scarecrow.
Oh boy!
The Scarecrow starts to move when they are trying to start the car. The
flickering headlights and the head slowly starts moving.
Yes. As soon as they flicker their lights, turn on the lights.
And the only one noticing that the Scarecrow is moving is Nancy, who was scared by it earlier.
Yes. The Scarecrow disappeared when they turned on the car. The girls run into the barn. Or I think the car wasn't working. I forgot what happened there.
The car wouldn't fully start.
Yeah. The car runs in the car. The girls run into the barn and the Scarecrow is there.
Mm-hmm.
Carol gets locked in with it, and Carol gets the axe. It's gonna chop off the Scarecrow.
She tries.
The light fuses, and the Scarecrow is alive.
So she tries to get the axe that's like planted in the wood chopping block, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the handle comes off, so now she just has the axe handle. But if you watch WWE, you're like, oh, you can still use it.
Yes, you can still use that. Yeah. Bah.
Nothing was funnier than 2016, maybe 2015. I remember someone was feuding with Brock Lesnar. I think it may have been Dean Ambrose, now John Moxley, his WrestleMania build up to WrestleMania 32, which that match was bad. But in their build up, you know, Ambrose was like, "Oh, I'm gonna mess you up with weapons, and I'm not coming empty-handed." And he comes with an axe handle with no axe on it. It's very, very WWE of the time.
I mean, you can't kill someone on live TV.
Did you not see that Hell in a Cell match? Punk and McIntyre, you can kill someone.
Yeah, especially when
you not see Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, you could kill someone.
You can, yeah. You know, actually, I saw on Twitter. There's, you know, the indies, and they're doing a hardcore match. This guy had the table sticks, the stands,
the legs.
Legs, thank you.
Yeah.
On his throat. And the guy did like a hip action.
That's not.
The leg was stuck into his throat, and he took it out, and he was like coughing, and I'm guessing blood came out.
Oh, hardcore indie stuff scares me, man.
See, if anybody's listening, look up CZW back in the day. They did a lot of crazy shit.
They do some stupid shit in CZW.
Yes. If you want to go way more back, go to FMW, Japan death matches. Crazy stuff.
Good stuff. David Arquette did a death match.
He almost died.
What's
his name? Not Jack Perry, but his father. He was he was with them.
I didn't know he was there.
He was he was a big wrestling fan, and he was part of David Arquette's crew thing.
His entourage.
And he was with him in the hospital.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry, yes, from 2101. What's that show?
I think you're trying to say 90210.
90210. Thank you. I said some numbers. Sorry. Yes. So the Scarecrow's alive. AKA the demon is the Scarecrow, and as he rips apart himself.
Yeah, this is great, by the way.
Great.
There's a lot of good demon transformations in this movie.
Yes,
a lot. I think there's 3. Like we've gotten 3 in a row, and it's just like that's cool. That's great. This one's great. The black Annabelle demon. I still don't think they've said his name. I've got it written down somewhere. But he's tearing the Scarecrow like the what's it called? The bag.
Yeah.
Head. Burlap. He's tearing the burlap sack. And just the demon mouth is underneath, and it's like practical fingers, practical mask. Looks great, man.
It's good, man. There's supposed to be that Cricket Man movie, but I wanted a Scarecrow movie.
See, I remembered the Scarecrow being more of a thing than he actually was, because really, this is the only actual scene the Scarecrow does anything, and it's still just the demon.
Yeah,
but even more so than because I said not last time, but the time before, like, oh, how would the Crooked Man movie work? Because the Crooked Man wasn't really here; it was just something that the nun turned into, to scare everybody. But this it's even less of that because it's a Scarecrow. The demon's literally inside, and he claws his way out. So I don't think a Scarecrow movie would work
unless
there's a scary Scarecrow bit in that movie. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That's what it is.
Yes, yeah.
Guillermo del Toro produced movie. That movie's like, whatever. Like it's okay. Like it's okay. I would recommend checking it out because there are some genuinely creepy like body horror bits, like the girl with the spider.
Yes.
And ooh.
It's a good PG-13 scary movie. Usually you don't have those.
Yeah, there's some genuinely creepy things in that movie.
Well, when the Scarecrow rips apart himself, Carol tries to save the last bulb from falling, but the demon breaks the light.
He's unscrewing all of the It's
How
kind of
many-
Looney Tunes the way he breaks the last light too. His hand reaches in from out of frame.
Yes,
Just grabs it.
it's good. The demon does a upside down yoga pose or some shit. Carol gets into another room, but the demon tries to open it. Nancy helped Carol, and they escaped.
He missed his opportunity. He should have just hit the coup de grace from the roof.
Oh, well, I don't think he watched wrestling. I don't
Well,
think demons watch wrestling.
They should.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
But Carol would know how to counter it because her character from Fall loves WWE and knows all the wrestlers. So she would have like tuck rolled out of the way of the coup de grace, and he would have broke his ankles.
Perfect. I mean, also Finn Balor. He should have been in this movie too.
We're doing
He's the
our
demon.
best. We're doing our best to make this podcast as impenetrable as possible. If you don't know the references, if you're not up to date on modern football, modern wrestling, modern horror, Power Rangers, Batman, if you're not up to date on all of that, you don't bother. don't even bother trying to listen.
Just get out of here. Linda is trapped and hides in B's room as the possessed Janice tries to stab her. Linda gets into the elevator and drops down to the basement.
Yes, this is what I was thinking of when I was saying, because you said the stair chair,
yeah,
the stair lift was the most iconic thing from this movie, or like the top 10 or top number one piece in the set piece in the movie. I think what gives it a run for money is the dumbwaiter bit and probably the scarecrow bit. Honestly,
yeah, scarecrow. All these bits are great.
With Janice in the dumbwaiter trying to escape, and the demon crawling after her, as we're going to get to in a second.
Yeah,
not Janice, what's her name? The other one,
Linda. She looks around with the flashlight and she sees blood going around the floor to point where Miss Mullins' half body's alive. Oh no!
That's not good.
Linda goes back to the elevator and sees Janice / the demon chasing her, trying to get her, but Linda holds up to the rope and she goes up. She closes it. She tried to find Sister Charlotte, but she found Janice craving a doll, and says she looks like you, Linda.
Oh, stabbing Linda's doll in the face.
Yeah. Linda goes into the closet in B's room. Janice is trying to find her but the Annabelle doll is with Linda. Janice found Linda, but Janice stabs the Annabelle doll when Sister Charlotte comes by. Sister Charlotte looks at Janice and the doll inside the closet. I'm sorry. Sister Charlotte locks Janice and the doll in the closet. Now looks at her, but she locks them.
Janice is about to stab. It's so fast. Janice is about to stab Linda, and Sister Charlotte comes back. It is like a wrestling match. She got put through the table earlier.
Yeah,
the mirror, and she was out. But then she comes back, and she reverses the knife. She gets to stab the Annabelle doll, throws the little rosary beads over Janice, and like Hurricane Rana's her into the closet, throws the cabinet. She went full action hero for a split second here.
Yeah, she closed the casket or the ambulance or the dumpster, and then she won the match.
Definitely the casket in this.
Yeah. The house gets a little crazy, and everyone is outside regrouping. They see the house light bulbs to burst. Wow. And that's it. The next day, the police arrives to search the house and finds the only doll, which they remove as evidence. Yeah, but
I just remembered what's about to happen in a second.
Yeah, but not before a priest blesses the home. Sister Charlotte, Linda, and the orphans are escorted away by the officers.
You neglected to mention that yes, they found the Annabelle doll just sitting there in the closet.
Yeah.
But Janice like tunneled her way through the wall. She like scratched and clawed and like chewed her way through the wall to escape like a wild animal. It kind of reminds me of in Winter Soldier when Nick Fury uses that thing to like burn a hole in the street,
Yes.
escape the car. That's what it was like.
Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, kind of right. It's kind of like that. All right, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, then after everything that we've been through, the priest is like, I bless the house. All the demons are gone. Who gets the doll? And they said, fuck you.
Well, Sister Charlotte, Linda, and the orphans are escorted away by the officers, and they just find another home for the orphans while Janice escapes through a hole in a closet wall, and it relocates to an orphanage in Santa Monica. Here we go, guys. This is the loop in this story.
The twist.
The twist. When I saw this the first time, I'm like, it's good. It's good because this movie was bad, but when they wrap it up here, I think I like it.
Yeah, you say it and then I'll get into it.
Okay. Still possessed. She becomes the reclusive. I'm sorry. She becomes and calls herself Annabelle. Pete and Sharon Higgins soon adopt Annabelle and gave her real life Annabelle doll.
Yeah, the Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
12
I like years.
That. I like
it's good. It's a good Easter egg. 12 years later, after being involved in a devil worship, a grown-up Annabelle returns home and murders her adoptive parents, awakening Mia, who warns John about Sharon Higgins' screams. The end.
Oh boy! All right,
what do you think about this ending?
We tied it into Annabelle 1. Now we knew it was a prequel because this one actually feels like a period piece.
Yeah,
the dress and the farm we're on it looks like a period piece.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it would lead into the first Annabelle movie. It's kind of like, in the sense of how it happens, it's kind of like the ending of, spoilers, Final Destination 5.
Oh, what happened?
Remember, Final Destination 5 is the one where they're on the bridge and
Yeah.
And it's a normal Final Destination movie. People die. It's really stupid. Whatever.
Mm.
But at the end, they get on a plane, and then they see a guy freaking out, and it's Devon Sawa from the first movie.
First one, yeah.
That's. I don't think I haven't watched Final Destination in a very long time. I don't think Final Destination 5 is good from my memory, but that twist that lives in my head rent free.
It's a good twist.
Thrown in for no reason, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
They just want to end that series, so let's wrap it up.
I bet you money that series will come back within the next 10 years.
A re-series?
They'll just do it again. I don't know.
Pretty much just like that.
Tying it into the first one makes sense. It's funny though, because for this movie, it works.
Yeah.
But for the next movie, it's kind of dumb. But that's not this movie's fault. It's the other movie's fault for being so stupid.
Yeah.
And because now that we know how the demon attached to the doll, where the doll came from, and specifically what the deal is with Janice, now Annabelle in quotes,
Annabelle,
and then killing the neighbors. It just really highlights how much of a batshit coincidence it was that her parents lived next door to the people that bought the Annabelle doll, I guess from a police auction.
Yeah.
That makes no sense, but that's not Creation's fault. That's the first movie's fault.
do you think they had a vision after making Annabelle? Like, or do they like, oh, we have to make this story count for the creations and the other movies?
I
Didn't
think
that happen?
I think somebody at Warner Brothers, or maybe even David F. Sandberg himself,
Mhm.
was like, I can do this better. I can make a better movie than this. And then he did.
Yeah,
Creation's good.
I love creations. I would recommend it to anyone. But yeah,
Yeah.
good movie.
It's not super gory or anything. Like, is this one PG-13?
No, all of them are rated R.
We discussed this last time, didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Because I guess the goriest thing is A, you see Miranda Otto cut in half,
Yeah.
and B, the fingers breaking.
Yeah.
But everything else, no one's swearing, no one's effing and jeffing. We don't see the nun get in the shower for no reason. It's really just those two bits that make it R, I guess.
Yeah, but the other things, it's just great storyboard, great. The flow is great. That's what it's all about.
I think this movie's paced well. All the kids are good. All the people in it are good or fine at least. The movie just looks great.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's good.
And again, going back to when I was like, how come The Conjuring looks cool, whereas like Fast and Furious 7 or Aquaman doesn't look like a James Wan movie, but this does. And then same thing with this. Like Shazam, I like the first Shazam, and the second Shazam is whatever. But they don't look like this. This one, there's some good cinematography, good sweeping shots, good atmosphere. A whole bunch of stuff that the first Annabelle movie lacked and desperately needed.
It's like an iPhone upgrade. Like you update to the next software, and this is the next software, Annabelle Creations.
And this movie ends in a satisfying way. I mean, it's bittersweet, right? Because none of the girls get hurt or die; they get spooked.
No.
But they do get away, except for Janice, who tragically is taken by the demon and lives a bad life.
Yeah.
So that's sad. And then she goes and kills some people and then dies eventually.
Yeah.
But it that's an ending where it's just like, oh, there's tragedy and then there's some triumph. Whereas the ending of Annabelle is Alfre Woodard plays a stranger that throws herself out a window. And they're like, okay, we'll accept that and take our baby and never talk about this again.
There's a shot where they showed Annabelle or Janice through picture frames, like when she's growing up,
aging. Yeah,
I thought that was great.
Yeah,
she gets more evil, a little bit.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, but good movie. I love it. If you have to rate it, what do you rate it on Letterboxd?
I was unsure where to put this because I gave The Conjuring 1 a 3.5, which you were like, what, 3.5? That's way too low. And I gave The Conjuring 2 a 4.
Right.
I gave Annabelle 1 like a 1.5 star, something low. I don't like it. This one, I was flip-flopping, like, is this 3.5 because it does like the jump scare stuff and there's some shots that whatever, or is it a 4 because I really liked it? I am tentatively calling this a 4-star movie.
Interesting.
And I think that feels right.
No, that's great because for Annabelle 1, I think of course we discussed last time, I gave it a 2.5.
Yeah.
Creations, I gave 5.5.
Yeah.
I really love. I dig this one.
Yeah. This one is a lot of fun. Good horror
movie.
picture. Good modern day horror picture.
We don't get those, but now we do.
And there's an after credit scene. I didn't know this until literally just now. I'm scrolling through on Max, HBO Max.
Was it? What is it?
Because
Because I watched it through the collection on Blu-ray.
Yes.
I did not stream it. I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I have the same collection. I believe it's the collection that we're seeing the cover behind you right now.
Yes.
Yeah, except it doesn't say Brown Boy Wonders and it doesn't have a little Abrar off to the side. Oh, 2 little Abrars. Excuse me. I see the second one now.
Yeah, down there.
Wait, is that a third Abrar up top? What's going on?
Yep.
Oh my
That's me up
goodness. Okay. Okay.
there.
So yeah, I watched it on the collection as well. So credits hit, and I'm like, all right, that's it. I didn't think, but now I just happened to look, and so at the very end of the credits, it says Annabelle Creation, name of the movie. That slowly fades out to black, and then we get a spooky little shot of a door opening to show a candlelit hallway. It appears to be in some sort of church. It says
no!
Abbey of St. Carta, Romania, 1952, and we see a figure at the end of the hallway.
Oh,
Who could it be? She's getting closer. The candles are going out. I actually don't like looking at this right now in my room in the dark. This is scaring me. This is scaring me. This is scaring me. I'm turning it off. Okay.
Well, I know that scene you're talking about.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, of course, we are gonna the next rewatch. Of course, the next chronicle order is The Nun, and that shot you talked about is, I think, the best shot in the whole movie.
Surely it was in like a teaser trailer or something like that.
It's a teaser trailer, but they took the same shot in the movie, and we'll get into it.
Oh, we will be getting into that.
But yeah, that's a good after credit. Actually, that's good.
The Nun. There's a reason The Nun got a movie. Visually, she's so striking and just terrifying.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel bad for the lady. I've never seen anything with the lady that plays the nun. Because I'm sure, as stories always go, like she's probably a very nice, sweet lady. Like how, you know, the story of the woman who played the original Wicked Witch in Wizard of Oz. She was a school teacher, and apparently she was like the nicest lady ever. But people were scared of her because she was the Wicked Witch. I think that's the same thing with the nun. Just like, oh, you're a nice old lady from down the lane. You look fucking terrifying, though, so we're gonna make you a horror icon.
I mean, if you do too well at your job, you don't get that back. You don't get a normal life after that. Yeah. Like Homelander.
No, he's doing great. He's in the ads for that mobile game now. Have you seen that?
Yeah, but he plays like his acting there is like
he is Homelander.
Yeah,
because he's I don't remember if he's Australian or if he's from New Zealand, but he has an accent. But it's so funny in that because he walks up or that guy walks in the room and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm playing this game. It's called something. I don't remember what it's called." And you do the little guys but he's doing the Homelander voice. Yeah. So they clearly said like, all right, we want you to do this ad. Oh, we didn't know you had an accent. Just do Homelander.
He's in a scary movie in Hulu. I think it was released in Hulu or somewhere else. Cobweb. It has he plays a dad and the mom. The girl from we referenced before, Mean Girls. She's one of Lindsay Lohan's friends.
Oh.
What's her name?
Cobweb. Lizzie Kaplan? Lizzie Kaplan.
Libby Kaplan, yes. Who's also in Smallville.
Yes, she is.
But yeah, that movie is a good movie, and Anthony Starr plays a great scary dude.
He's good, dude.
He's good.
I like him.
He plays it too well. Let's get into some interesting facts for Annabelle Creations.
Oh, interesting facts.
Originally scheduled to be released on May 19th, 2017, but it was moved to August 11th, 2017 to avoid competitions with Alien Covenant.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. The farmhouse was also used. I don't know is there any Westworld fans out there? The farmhouse was also used in Dolores' home in Westworld.
I never watched Westworld.
Again, I think it's complicated, but I heard it's a good show. The movie associated with the controversial short horror movie contest in which Warner Brothers would legally own the contest winner's idea for 3 years and had the option to develop a full feature film out of it, while being obligated to give money to the contestant with $100 and a chance to meet the director David F. Sandberg if he's available.
I remember this. Oh
Yes.
my goodness. That was a whole thing.
I don't remember the short horror movie, but I have it, and we're gonna watch it. And it's only 3 minutes long,
Okay.
and it's called The Nurse.
Okay. Surely this isn't something you can play on the podcast, so are we just going to commentate over it?
We'll commentate over it. I'll just send you the link here,
Okay.
and of course, on after post, I'll you'll hear it. But let me.
Better not be a shady link.
It's not. It's not. It's a YouTube video.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's called The Nurse, and it won the. It won the
Annabelle
competition
creation contest.
Yes. All right. It's only 2 minutes long. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Well, before we get into it, just to cover, this no ideas from this were taken from or for Annabelle. Like this was just Annabelle's coming out. We're marketing this like, hey, everyone, if you want to be a filmmaker, put out a short film and let us steal your idea. That's what it was. But so, specifically, Annabelle creation and David F. Sandberg did not steal anything from any short films, right? That's what we're learning here.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It is pretty
let's
cool.
Let's watch it, and then I'll complain.
All right, let's see. Okay, and when I say 0, we'll do it. In 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, spooky hallway.
Yeah.
Someone just made this. This looks fairly professional.
It is.
Nurse?
Or did the studio make this? Like, you send in your idea and then spooky nurse, and then they made it. Like, is this on the DVD or something?
I'm not sure it's on the DVD. It's like a viral campaign, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's a scam, is what it is.
I hope they met the director.
I don't know. Hey, send in your short film. We'll give you $100 and we get to keep it.
Honestly, $100 is not much.
It's nothing.
Oh god, that's scary.
Oh man. So is this part of the Conjuring Universe, you think?
It can be, but nothing official.
If Warner Brothers paid $100 for this, then it's part of the Conjuring Universe.
It's pretty much the Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Hi, Emily. Did you press your
Yeah, it's funny you say that because
Is my mom here yet? No, not yet. Good
I don't
news,
trust
though.
this nurse.
I think you're ready to
there's a scene in The Nun that I was like, oh, this is Silent Hill.
Oh. It's time to take out the bandages.
Oh, lady, don't take off the bandages.
What are we talking about? It's ready. Her eyes are ready.
Oh, it's gonna be a spooky. Oh no.
For a 2-minute horror movie? Bad.
Yeah. They went purely like all vibes for that. All sauce. All the sauce they could.
Yeah.
It's a saucy dish.
Yeah, it was called The Nurse. So it could be a movie, but they said they have 3 years. So they legally own the idea of the contest winner for 3 years to make it a full feature film. But
it says here that there were 5 separate winners being selected from different countries. So the Nurse was the United States winner.
Yes.
And then the UK had something called The Confession. Mexico had something called What's Wrong with Mom.
Uh-oh.
Sweden had something called Blund's Lullaby, and
Ooh.
Colombia's was called Innocent Souls.
Well, that's crazy. They're like 2 minutes long, I guess. We're less than 5 minutes. So pretty good. Pretty good stuff here. I mean, I wish it is kind of a scam, but
It's
I wish
definitely a scam. If all right, listeners, here's another life lesson from us here at the Brown Boy Wonders podcast. If a $1 billion corporation ever says, "Send us in your hard work,
Yeah.
and we will give you $100 for it, and we get to keep it," that is not good. Don't
And
do that.
don't do this.
Ooh,
$100 is not enough. It should be at least
that's peanuts.
$2,000 or $1,000 at least over 1,000.
So if they made a movie based off of The Nurse, if they're like, "Oh, The Nurse, that's really great. We're gonna make that a movie," then the guy who made it's like, "Cool, what do I get?" And they say, "Oh, you get the $100. That's what you got."
Damn.
And then we make this movie, and it makes a couple million. We made it for a couple million. We get to keep a couple million. There you go. And you got $100.
Yeah.
No.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You give me a percentage, son of a bitch.
Well, I'm glad they didn't make the movie because it's been past 3 years now. So I think that's fine.
I think they got way too much flack. And I think probably there were certain like entertainment lawyers that were looking into this, being like, if you made this, we could probably sue somebody. And they're like, we just won't do it.
In the so David Sandberg, right? You talk about Lights Out. He directed that movie. The short video, the girl who plays in that video, she's also in the movie in the beginning at least. So there's something in that. That's the actor.
There was the same thing with Smile as well.
Yeah.
The girl at the beginning of Smile that smiles.
Yeah.
She was the main character in the short film.
Yes. I have not seen that short film. I need to watch that.
Yeah.
She's scary in there. But yes, that was Animal Creations. Great movie. But we got to wrap it up here. Skyler, where can they find you, man?
They can find me in a spooky abbey in Romania in 1952 next time on the podcast.
And of course, you know where you can find me. But other than that, I guess we're done with Annabelle at the moment.
For the moment, we'll be talking about Annabelle again next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about her. And other than that, adios.
Biscuits?
Biscuit. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow.